What's up guys, this is Eric Shady here, and for the next couple of days I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a Minecraft hack client for versions 1.8. So we're going to need a couple of things to get started. You're going to need a Java runtime environment to the updated version that you can find, which you should probably already have if you're playing Minecraft on your computer. So we're just going to look up JRE, and for this I'm going to be using Java runtime 8. So you just Google JRE 8, and then you go to the first link. You download this, depending whether you have a 64-bit computer or 32-bit, you download your corresponding version. So if you're 32-bit, you're going to want to get the times 86, which would be this one or this one, not really sure. And then if you have a 64-bit computer like me, you're going to want to download this one, the exe. So once you get your Java runtime environment updated, you're going to go ahead and want to Google your Java development kit, which is just JDK8. You're going to go to the first link, and then you're going to accept the agreement, and you're going to download the exe version of your corresponding Windows 32-bit or 64-bit. So once you have downloaded those two, you're going to want to install those, and then once you have those two, you're going to want to get your Minecraft coder pack. So you're just going to go look up Minecraft coder pack, and you're going to want to go to the modcoderpack.com. I will be linking these in the description just in case you don't want to download these. I will look for them yourself. So you're going to head over to releases, and you're going to get the most recent MCP, which is this one. So you're just going to click on that, and then you're going to download a zip file, which I'm not going to do because I already have. And then once that downloads, you're just going to want to extract that to your desktop over here. I have it right here. So the last thing you will be needing is Eclipse, which you can easily get from eclipse.org and heading over to download, or clicking on the link in the description. You get your corresponding version, 32-bit or 64-bit. I already have that. So once you download that, you're going to get a zip file called Eclipse, and then you're just going to want to extract it, and you'll get a folder that looks like this. Although mine might have files that yours doesn't, because I've used it before. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a new folder, and you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine Shady for the purpose of this video, and you're going to open it up. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up the Minecraft coder pack, and you're just going to drag everything in there besides this one. So you're going to want to have WinRAR, and then you're just going to drag this into there. So we're going to let that do its thing, and then now we'll have these files in here. So assuming you've installed the Java development kit already, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the decompile batch file if you're on Windows, or if you're on Mac, you have to bash it, which I'm not really sure how to do, so I'll try to get a video on how to do that for you guys. You're just going to want to run this file, decompile. And also one thing I forgot to mention is make sure you have ran Minecraft version 1.8, exactly 1.8, not 1.8.3 or 1.8.4, just 1.8 in your releases. Make sure you run that before running this, otherwise you'll get an error. So we're going to let it do its thing. It could take a while depending on your computer. It could take from anywhere from 5 minutes to half an hour. So I will be back when it's done. Alright, the thing just finished decompiling. So once it finishes, you just press any key to continue. It'll close out. You can close out of your Shady folder, although I'm probably going to open it back up and copy this. So we're going to want to open up your Eclipse folder, assuming you've extracted it already, and you're going to want to open up Eclipse. And we're going to let it open. Now, once it opens, you're going to get this little tab. You'll be able to see it right now. When it opens, you're going to want to paste in your path. And make sure it's your Eclipse path. So just do that. Make sure it's your Eclipse. And then you just want to press, I'll show you where it's at actually. Just to show. You go to your thing. And then you just get this path. So your Eclipse. So then you just press OK. And it will generate some files, or it will generate your workspace. So you're going to get this window. I'm going to maximize it. And I'm going to minimize this. Okay. So we're going to maximize this window, and I'm just going to close out of these little sidebars. And just give me a moment while I get myself set up. And give me one moment while I make my Eclipse workspace a little more appealing to my eyes. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, it's just that the bright Eclipse kind of hurt my eyes. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to fix these errors that you're seeing right here. So actually, what you can do is you can delete this server file because we're not going to be using it. Some people like to make server versions of their mods, but we aren't really making a mod. So I just delete that, and nothing really happens. So then, we're going to fix some build paths. So what you're going to want to do to fix these errors is you're going to want to right click on this folder called client, the project, and we're going to want to go to build path, and we're going to want to go to configure build path. So once we get here, we're going to want to go to libraries, and then as you can see, if that gets out of my way, let me try closing it and reopening it, is you're going to see an error on auth-lib, and then you're going to see an error on realms. So we're going to fix both of those. So you're just going to click on whichever one has an error, which should be 2. You're going to click on edit, and we are going to go to our desktop, and we're going to want to open up our, I think it's jars? Yeah, jars, and it should be libraries, Mojang, and for searching auth-lib, we're just going to go in here, and we're going to open that. That fixes that one, and then we go to realms. We do the same thing. We could just go to Mojang instead, and then we just insert the new realms. And then once we press OK, the errors shall be fixed, and we can finally open up the source. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new package, and we're going to call this package me dot your username. So I'm going to use Eric Shady dot the name of your client, and then just press enter or click finish. Now we're going to let it finish building the workspace, which apparently it hasn't done yet. So we'll just give it a moment. Also, one thing I want to mention is make sure you have some Java knowledge, just so you can easily follow along, because it can get pretty hectic if you don't know what you're typing. So once we make this new package, we're just going to ignore these warnings, and we are going to create a new class within this package, and you're going to want to call it the name of your client, which for me should be Shady. Click finish, and we're going to have this. So right away, we're going to dive into this, and we are going to create a public static string client name, and then that should be equals to whatever you want to call your client, which for me, like I said, is going to be Shady, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. So once you got that down, you're going to want to create a public static double, and we're going to do this for the client version. I mean, that should be equal to 1.0 or whatever you want to call it. So we're just going to go ahead and skip down, and we're going to create a public static final. And then this will be your client name. I was about to put ARX because that's the client I was making, and then we're going to make it, oh, see, I'm doing it again. You'll make it to your new, and then, yeah. So we're going to go on ahead and do this. And then we're going to do something that is pretty awesome in my opinion. So we're going to make a public static void this. And then this is going to be display. I believe it's set title. And yeah, it's set title. And then we're going to want to put rel. Oops, forgot to put my quotation marks. And then it's client version. Oops, and I forgot to put my little under thing, version, my underscore. And then it's that. And that should do it, right? Yeah, that should do it, so it gets imported if you just press Control Shift though. So once you have written all this down, just go ahead and save this. I mean, you're gonna want to do Control Shift and R. This will bring up this. You're just gonna want to search for Minecraft.java. So the first one. You're gonna want to open this, and you're going to search for, I believe it is this .game settings .save options. I believe it's that. Yeah, it's this. So you're gonna search for that. That's like line 580 if you want to, if you don't know how to search for it, which is just Control F. So you're gonna want to create a to-do. Just, you always want to do this on a base Minecraft file, and you're just going to want to do shady dot start client, and then you're gonna want to Control Shift O to import your class. And I don't believe we made a start client method. Did I not make one? I'll go check right now. Just give me a second. Oh, no. My bad. It's not public static. Actually, it is public static void, but it's not client name. It is... That's what I did wrong. It's a start client. and then that should fix the error over here. Yeah, it does. So we're gonna start Minecraft, and you'll see what this does once it starts. Basically, what it's going to do is it's going to generate a little title bar on your client up here. We're to say Minecraft 1.8. It should change to your client name. Yeah. Oh well, I forgot to put my actual client name, but that pops up. Let me check what I did. Oh, yeah, right. You can't really do that if I don't call for that. Don't. I'm kind of stupid at times. That was my bad. Plus. There we go. That should fix it, and I'm getting GL errors. That's always great. And I can't actually see. That's also great. So I'll be right back while I get this sorted out. Alright, I'm back. I just restarted my Eclipse workspace. So let's try again. I got it to work already. So I'm pretty sure just starting it up should work. And yep, it's working. I'm actually getting a splash screen now. So as you can see, any moment now up here, it has changed to the client name and the release. Alright, so next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create a new package. Oh man, I should actually just highlight this. So we'll make a new package, and then we're going to add .module at the end. So it should be me dot your name, your client name, and then .module. And inside this package, we're going to create a new class, and I'm going to call this class module. So we're going to just do this. You'll get errors if you don't get this right. And I can't spell. And private boolean is enabled. So you're gonna get this error right here. So all you gotta do is you create a new enum or enum, and we're going to call it category. And then in here we're just going to insert your things. Player, GUI, and combat, I believe. Is that all? Yeah, that's all we need. Just go ahead and save that, and then you'll get a fixed error. So then we're going to create not a J, but we're going to make a public, so that when you create your module manager or your modules, this will work. You'll see. It's kind of not really looking like much right now, but it will once I can spell. So here we're going to do this.name. That's not how you spell name. This.name equals name. Oops, that's not how you press enter. This.bind is equal to bind. And sure, this.category is equal to category. And then that should be for that. Now, I believe to make this easier, we can generate some getters and setters, if I can remember where to do that. Believe, yeah. Source. Going to select these, and then this one, and then we just press OK. And yeah, we got them. Alright, so just do what I did. Create your getters and setters, and check only the boxes I checked, and then we're actually going to create a new one down here called get state. And so get, no, not get state, set state. And we're going to do this, and then it should return, right? Nope, that's get state. I was thinking ahead of time. Return is enabled. That's that one, and then now we make a public void of set state. I was getting a little ahead of myself. No, this is no boolean. Yeah, what was I thinking? It's just a public. It is a boolean. It's just we don't need this. We don't need these parameters. Or do we? Oh, I see what we're missing. That's what we're missing. This is where we put the Boolean state and put our braces. And in here, we're going to do if state on another set of braces. This dot is enabled is equal to true. Else, this dot is enabled is equal to false. That's that, and then we're going to do public. I'm going to make a couple of these. Just going to copy this. And we're going to need one for on enable, on disable, and on update, and on render. We're going to change this to on enable. Oh no. Disable. On update, or you can use tick, and on render. And I believe that's all we need for this module class. We just make a new class in another package, so you could just edit the package name here. We'll go to call this package utils, and this is we're going to make a wrapper. And what this wrapper will do is it will make our life so much easier. We can just type in wrapper dot, and then yeah, well you'll see once we get into it. So first of all, we're going to make one for. It's just that you need to import, like instead of hovering over it and importing the class, I can just Control Shift O. Just Control Shift O and it imports. So we're gonna make one for Minecraft dot get Minecraft, and then this one will make it so instead of typing out Minecraft dot get Minecraft, you just type in wrapper dot MC, and then we're going to make one. So we do public static font renderer equals Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot font renderer object, I believe it is. And that's all we're going to be putting in this class, and we're going to import that. And yeah, that's all we're going to be putting into this class. I believe, I'm trying to remember if I'm missing something or not. I don't think we are. Let me quickly check. Public static, no, I'm not really missing anything. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I'm missing the module manager. Right, this is where we're going to be inserting every single module that we have. So I believe, yeah, we're making an array list here, because this is going to be a pretty long list of modules, and if you don't know how long your list is going to be, it's better to make an array list. I believe it's a semicolon at the end, and oh right, I need to import the array list, and I'm missing something. Yep, that's what I'm missing. So one other thing we're going to want to import too is import e.arx. So, see, I keep on thinking I'm still making my own client dot module. You're going to import that, and you're going to want to add the little asterisk, because adding the asterisk is going to make it so you don't have to. Actually, let's go ahead and create that package right now. I meant to add modules. See, we're getting an error because we haven't actually created that package, so let's go ahead and do that right now. And we're just going to add an S onto it. And one thing I'm just remembering before we move on is we need to go to our module class again, and we need to add something to set state. We're going to add this dot toggle module, and then we're gonna get errors right now, but they'll be fixed right now. Don't worry. And then we're going to add this dot on enable, and then we're going to add this dot on disable. And we're going to save this. It is alright. We'll fix this error right now in the module manager class. I believe this is actually on toggle. Now that I'm thinking of it, because reasons. That fixes it. And we're going to actually add something in here before I forget. We're going to add the module manager on here. So I believe it's just add a little semicolon so we fix our error. So it's, yeah, we're going to add the module manager on here. And then we need to add one last thing. We need to import that. We need to add one last thing. we're going to add to the start client, we're going to add our module manager. We're going to add that so that we display. Oh, I always keep on forgetting these. We're also going to hook everything. And one more thing we're going to want to add here is, my bad, I forgot we already added this line. So we're just going to edit this down here, and we're going to generate some getters and setters. Just going to check these two, and look at that. Sorry if it takes some pauses in between, but I'm actually trying to eat my food at the same time, because I'm really hungry. So I believe this is it for this class. No, actually, yeah, this is all we need. So the next thing we're going to want to do is create a new package. Just call this one UI. We're going to hook everything, so it will show up in game. So we're going to create a new class. Call this one GUI in game hook. And then you're going to want to extends GUI in game. Just import that. And what do we have here? We're going to add a constructor. And then just delete this. So next up, we're going to want to create the public void, and we're going to make the function. I believe it's 175.180A. I believe it's that one. Yeah, it is. This one, if I can actually type today, is 175.180.1 underscore. That should do it. Yeah, that's it right there. So we're gonna want to create the super function. It's that one with the float. Perfect. It's already made for me. And then we're gonna want to import something after I type out this line. This is because for this client that we're making, we're gonna want our modules on the top right, because that's what looks cool. So just type this out. Basically what we're doing is we're calling for the Minecraft settings. Then it's, yeah, we do this for this Minecraftio dot display width, and we're going to do Minecraft dot, oops, that's not a dot, and just going to just use the mouse, and then dot display height, and I believe that's it here. So we're just going to want to import scaled resolution, and we're going to go ahead and skip 2 lines just to make the code more readable. Import the wrapper, and we're going to want to import our wrapper. So this is what we're going to call for the font renderer dot draw string, and we are going to make sure it draws not ARX, Shady dot client name. And then, hold on, let me just delete this. Shady dot client name. Okay, I'm missing arrow keys left and right here. And then we're going to add. Okay, I really can't see what I'm doing. Okay, now I can. We're going to do that. Release. And then we're going to add ARX dot. Keep on thinking I'm doing my own client version. That's what we're going to want to add. And then we're going to add that. And then 1, 1. And we're going to use white, so 0xFFF, FFF, FF. And then we insert that, and that's that. And then now we're going to get into the actual stuff. So, for I had to import module 2, I believe, unless I haven't imported it already, I can't really tell. The client dot module manager dot active modules, and Control Shift O. I haven't added that yet, have I? I'll add that later and fix that error. I believe it's that. Actually, what I could do is just do that instead. Make it. Oh, that's why there's probably an error there. If get state integer width is equal to SR. Get not height. We need to get the scale to width. Yeah, we're gonna get all these errors, just don't worry about it right now. Minus the wrapper R get string width. Believe that's it right there. I'm missing. And yeah, that doesn't belong there. Alright. And then we're going to have integer height. That's not how you spell height. It's just going to be 10 times the integer. And then we're going to actually draw the names of the modules. So draw string m.get name. And then we're going to want to get the width, the height, and then the color, which I'm going to be using red. So we're going to want to get red. I'll be linking this site in the description. 0x, paste that. And that should be it after I++. And there we go. That's this class. There we go. It wasn't that hard. I just forgot to add the M. So next up, we're going to want to go to the Minecraft class again. We are going to search for... We're going to search for GUI in game. And we're going to go to the bottom of this one. It should be right here where check GL error. Just look that one up. Create your to-do hook to this. And then once we add a hook, we have to go to, I believe it, oh, we better fix this error before we move on. Alright, we're going to look for if bar1 is equals to 1. It should be the first one that pops up, and then we're just going to create a to-do right here. And then for, I believe it's module, um, change client name dot the client dot module manager active modules, and then we're just gonna put var1 is equals to get bind um, toggle I believe that should do it. um I believe we had to generate this one. That should fix this one. Yeah, it does. Okay, so now moving on to making our first module or our first hack. Let's start off with a sprint hack. So we're going to create one called sprint in under the package modules. Just go ahead and create that, and basically what we're going to do is extend the module class, and we're going to want to import the class, not do that, and then we're going to create a public sprint, and we're going to create a super, and then sprint keyboard.key. We're going to be using G. Just press enter, it will import it, and then category, and then this is category, I believe this is a player hack. Just do that, and then now we're going to make a public void on, that's not how you spell void, I believe it's on update, if I'm not mistaken, for the sprint hack. Is that too many parentheses? Yeah, that is. Alright. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, it's on update. You want it to return nothing. And then this is where it gets interesting. This collided horizontally, and the play. Oh, that's not and. Want to import our wrapper. That's greater than 0.0f. Basically, what this is doing is it will not show the particles when we're not moving. Oops. There we go. Just give me one moment. I believe we have to go to entity client. No, it's entity player SP. I believe it is on world obj is block loaded. Oh wow, it's right at the beginning. So we're gonna add another to do. That's not a to do. Forgot about that. Alright. So we're going to do for mod. This is the last hook we need to make. So for module M, Shady dot the client module manager active modules. Import all that on update, and that should be the end of that one. I mean, yeah, that should be it. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to oh no, my bad. I believe we just do this. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just do that. Just put it closer together. So do that. Okay. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add this to our module manager. Okay. There we go. Sorry the beginning is so slow. It's just that's the way it is. This is kind of the hardest part for me. And that should do it. This should do it. So now we're going to see if our sprint hack really works. We have it binded to key G. So let's start up our client and find out. So we're going to go into the MCP world. Let it build its terrain. Shouldn't really take long. Then again, we're opening it up for the first time. So when we actually get on here, you will see that I can press E to open my inventory, and I can turn off my smooth lighting and stop limiting my FPS. So just turn this down a little bit. Turn on FOV. Okay. So if I press G on the top right, there you can see I have enabled sprint hack. I look down, no particles. And then if I run, I'm automatic sprinting. I can stop. I turn it off. I walk forward. I don't sprint. On. I sprint. And hack on. Hack off. So yeah, that was how to code a Minecraft client episode 1. In the next episode, like I said, I'll be coding a fly hack, an alpha hack, and a brightness hack. And I will also take any suggestions. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a like if this helped you. Yeah, see you.